Hey guys, and welcome back to the low poly mini planet tutorial. So in this video we're going to go through how to create some color for our spheres. So we've created two spheres, one for the earth and one for the water. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go over to this create button on the bottom left of our screen. We're going to click on it and we're going to go over to new material. Okay, once we've done that, you'll see that we've got this sort of white circular globe material here, and we're just going to double click on this to bring up our material editor. And now we're going to choose what colors that we're going to use for our spheres. So there are two main colors that I'm going to use for now. The first color is going to be green for our land, and the second color is going to be blue for the water. So let's go ahead and create those. First thing we have to do is we have to untick reflectance, and then we're going to make sure color is selected here. And I'm just going to hit this button here to create to look over our to have this view here. So I just prefer this view to select my color. I'm just going to see what colors I can create. So I'm just going to go for a sort of light green color for the land. And then once you're happy with that color, all you need to do is hit the close button, and then you've created that material color. Now, to apply your material color to the sphere is very easy. All you need to do is click and hold on that material and drag it to the object that you want to apply the material to. So in this case, it's the sphere. So I'm just going to release my mouse button, and you can't actually see it because we've got our second sphere here, which is blocking the sphere underneath. So I'm just going to unshow that sphere, to hide that sphere, and now you can see that we've got our land, our earth sphere, which is selected here, and it's fully green. The other way to put materials onto objects, if I delete that material here, is to drag it to the object on this side here. So we can drag it to earth and it does exactly the same thing. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with the water. So I'm going to hide our earth sphere and I'm going to show the water sphere, and I'm going to duplicate the material. So the same way that we duplicated our spheres here, all we have to do is click and hold the control button on our mouse, on our keyboard. We're going to click and drag the mouse here, and you can see that the cursor has also changed exactly the same way as what it did in the previous video, to this arrow and plus sign. Once we release both buttons, we've duplicated the material. So at this point I'm going to want to rename our materials. So I'm going to double click, rename this green. Oops, let's get rid of that, and double click, I'm going to rename this blue. So this is going to be blue for the water. Double click on this, and the same way that we chose the color for our land, it's the same way that we're going to choose the color for our water. Close that, apply this, and now we've got our blue water sphere and we've got our green earth sphere here. Excellent. Now the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make the water sphere smaller than the earth sphere, and you'll see why in a minute. Now to do that, let's make our water sphere visible again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the middle mouse button, or the mouse wheel, on our view here to bring up all four views, and then making sure that the water sphere is selected, I'm going to go over to the scale tool, click on the scale tool, and I'm going to click, making sure that I'm not clicking on any of the nodes here, because if I do click on one of these nodes, you'll only scale according to the axes. So for example, if I'm going to click on this green node, I'm only going to scale like this. And it's the same with the blue one. I'm only going to scale this way. And it's the same with the red one. You can only scale this way. Now what I want to do is I want to scale the whole sphere. And to do that, you don't click on any of those. You just click anywhere on the screen which isn't a node. And I'm going to just click and drag to the left. Now you can see on the other 4 windows how big and how small this sphere is going to be. Now this only needs to be a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to make it about, let's say, 90%. Release. And now we have our small water sphere here and our bigger earth sphere. Excellent. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create the river, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video. See you guys there.